Hi everybody, my name is Stephanie Decker and today I am making a video to go along with the research paper that I wrote entitled Today's Tax and Accounting Professional. The topics of my paper was customer service, and it's general in the idea of customer service, but then it's also specific to the industry itself. I also talked a lot about CRM systems, which is customer relationship management systems, and their benefits to the tax and accounting profession. And then lastly, I discussed the new rules and regulations that tax and accounting professionals have to uphold, especially in light of past scandals, and maybe just to kind of go against some opinions and stereotypes that people have of the profession. So the first thing I want to talk about are the standards of the profession. So a lot of what I'm going to say is probably going to be more my personal experience, since I didn't get to put a lot of that into my paper. For me, I work full-time and going to school full-time, and I have a daughter, so I know how much work it's really taking me to get my degree, and I also know how much work I have left. So with all the time and the money that's spent on it, I can safely say that I will never do anything to jeopardize my CPA certification once it comes, just because I worked really hard to get that, and I wouldn't want to be a part of any scandal or do something that would jeopardize me keeping this license. I know some things that have changed in the past after certain scandals was the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. This kind of just shed light on money laundering and other professionals signing off on the work that's done and making sure that somebody is taking responsibility for it. At my previous job, we had to review the standards of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act and money laundering, not just when we started, but we actually had to go through the training every single year on our work anniversary, just to make sure that not only we're reminded of the rules and regulations, but also for us to say, yes, we agree, we're going to follow these. And another thing that I think has really increased are internal controls. Where I work right now, we have a pretty cool internal control. Me as a tax professional, once or twice a year, I'll actually be assigned one of our clients from another tax preparer, and I will actually go through their documents as if I were going to prepare the return myself. And then I have an entire list of questions that I have to answer, such as, was the return done properly? What are things that I would have done differently? Did they follow the rules and regulations that our company holds? And it's a really good internal audit, because it's definitely at random. You could get anybody, you get assigned any client, and then you get feedback from that other person, and you don't actually know who it is, but you get feedback, and you can learn, and it also gives our management an idea of how everybody's doing. So I actually like that internal control process. It's not something that a lot of places have. And then the next topic I wanted to talk about is the customer relationship management, or the CRM systems. Where I currently work, we have a CRM system, and It's really nice because it holds all of our clients' information, and we can do so many different things with it. And it's easy to streamline. You go to one place and you get all the information that you need. It holds all of our scanned documents. It holds all of their personal information. It holds any services, information for the services that we might provide for them. And then it also shows us the relationship between the different clients. If like a parent and a child both come to us, we're able to make that connection. The other nice thing that I know it does for us is we can log clients differently, and we can utilize that actually in our marketing department. And we can put our clients on lists based on permissions that they've given us. And then we can just print like mass mailings to people and make sure they're getting on our marketing list. And then we're also making sure that the people that didn't want to be on it aren't on it. But it's a very, very efficient way to get those lists together. And they're really compiled by everybody. It's not just one person's responsibility, which is really, really nice considering we have so many clients. CRM systems can also do many other things. It kind of depends on the business that you're in. You can really tailor them. You can make them your own to do the things that you need them to do for you. I'm not saying you can't run a business without one, but I really do think having one puts you a step ahead. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about customer service. Everybody knows what general customer service is. You know what you expect when you walk into a store. You want to expect that somebody's going to at least ask you if you need help or say hi. And I definitely think it's something that everybody notices. If there's no eye contact, not even a hi, not even a have a nice day at the end of it. In this profession, it goes a little bit deeper than that because you work so closely with these people and you have all of their very, very personal information. We have to not only be very diligent in not exposing this information, leaving it out, letting anybody see it that shouldn't be seeing it, but we also have to keep the customer relationship to ourselves. When I leave for the day, I can't go home and tell my husband that I talked to so-and-so today and I did their taxes and this and that, and we don't talk about it. If we have mutual friends that actually do work there, I still can't talk to my husband about anything that happened on their account. They're my client. That stays at work. That stays between us. And then just knowing your customers and understanding their personalities, I think that's probably one of the hardest things that we have to deal with. A lot of our clients are a lot older, and it can be difficult to read their personalities. Some of the people are just fine. They have no problem coming in, and you can say, oh, it looks like you're going to owe a little bit of tax. But what might be a little bit to me might not necessarily be a little bit to them. Because I don't live their life. I don't know what their threshold for a little or a lot is. So we really have to be very diligent in how we phrase things in order to not offend somebody. And then we also have to just gauge what their type of personality is. For me, if somebody doesn't smile and they have a deeper voice and they're just more monotone, for me, I usually just take that as they're kind of grumpy, they're kind of mad, when really they're probably just fine. So that's one of the biggest hurdles for me, is just going into it with a positive attitude and not assuming that just because he didn't smile meant he was upset. It just be who he is. Everybody's very different. And I think that's just part of knowing your customer and really building that relationship and that connection and that trust, and keeping them coming back for years to come and referring you, because where we live, word of mouth is a big part of it. So those are the 3 big topics that I have decided to discuss in my paper, and I hope that you enjoyed this video.